Have you guys ever wondered why you've entered the program that you've entered? I'm currently studying medicine. I definitely thought of that question a lot. And I know for those of you guys who are preparing for interviews or who are preparing for medical school, you guys are probably wondering that question too. So I'm gonna give you guys a very honest answer of why I ended up applying to medical school. Of course, like most Asian immigrant families, mine was pretty stereotypical. I was definitely pressured to go into medical school. What made matters worse was that my mom was a doctor, so when she came to Canada, she had to give up her practice because the licensing exam was in English and that was very difficult for her at the time. So of course, she needs to pass down that, and being her only child, I had to be a doctor. I was indoctrinated at a pretty young age. My parents told me there were only 5 career options: law, business, engineering, accounting, and medicine. For law, I was a bit too honest. For business, I was way too gullible. And because I sucked at math and I sucked at physics, engineering and accounting were out the window. That leaves number 5, medicine. To my parents' dismay though, I was actually a very artsy student.
Don't dishonor our family!
And it was very difficult to convince me otherwise. So after years and years of convincing, finally my parents ended up showing me a very famous TV drama called House MD. I loved House MD. I was so obsessed with it that I even drew pictures of House MD. I loved it because it was like a detective work, trying to figure out the disease by doing some tests or ruling out other diagnoses and such. It was so cool and I felt like they were heroes all the time. I totally missed the fact that House was such an asshole. So that definitely, I'll admit, it influenced me to go into sciences in high school and then later pursue life science or pre-med in university. And like every pre-med student, you gotta do some hospital volunteering. When I set foot in that hospital, I realized how different the reality is from the TV show. Although diagnosis is one key aspect, there's a lot of behind the scenes work too. Don't forget about the paperwork, and sometimes it's all about the management of the patient over many, many months. I've seen patients deteriorate before my very eyes every time I met them. They just got worse and worse until they passed away. To me, there really wasn't anything heroic about that. But one thing the TV doesn't show very well is the patient interaction part, which I ended up learning the importance of social, psychological, and even spiritual aspects of patient care. And being able to take responsibility of that and using that to treat the patient not just as a disease but as a person really attracted me, far more than the television series. House MD also taught me something else: the importance of media. If an inaccurate TV show about medicine can convince me that medicine is something I might be interested in, imagine a realistic medical drama. And imagine how that can be used to educate either patients or students or even faculty. House got me really interested in filmmaking as well, and that's why I started vlogging. I want to see how I can use this to be able to change the field of medicine somehow. And I'm not exactly sure what that's gonna look like, but that's why hopefully these vlogs will show me a way. Maybe I'll vlog about medicine or something if that's interesting. Or I can just stick with these.